shit went like that shit was weird. Alright, so let's duplicate this, and then what we're gonna do, no active playlist, take that out. Alright, so now we got this, and just mute this right here. Alright, and we just gotta get the atrocity beat in here. One moment. Alright, so we got the atrocity beat in here now. It's gonna be the same, like it's literally the same. Everything should be like, yeah, everything's the same. Everything the same. Make sure everything lined up.
He was talking all that shit. Damn, talking to the voices again. Talking to the voices again.
Alright, so we good. Everything's there, everything cool. So what I'm gonna do on this, I'm gonna just mute this right here because we don't need those plugins on there. It's very simple, right? You look at the recordings, they're very straightforward, right? You can tell this is very, and it's simple, like simple plugins on the record chain right here or whatever they recorded because they dragged and dropped, right? So basically, Auto-Tune Pro, Mod Delay 3, and the AC 202 right here. And from what it's looking like on here, they boosted at 3 here, and they probably rolled off a little bit here, but that's pretty much it. They didn't really do much to that. As you see on the Vox bus, we have a regular stock EQ, the Waves de-esser, the R compressor, the D-verb, and the air flanger, and we got the L1 limiter. I'm gonna show you those settings later, so make sure you stick around to the end of the video. So, all right, so let's just pick a random verse. Let's the second one right here, because the second one we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's like 7 punches right here. So let's see how the 7 flow together.
My conscience haunts me like a ghost in the old house. Tell me what you know about the pain, what you know about. Tell me you know how it feels to never wanna go out. Auntie. Perks to the got me scratching. Ain't no such thing as relaxing without relapsing. Does someone have a pill bottle they could pass me?
Alright, so what you can see in this right here, the punches there are very simple, and everything pretty much goes together. And you can tell, like sonically, you can hear how like he switches it up, and you see the ending down here at the end is completely different from everything in the beginning. And I tell people all the time, it's like you kind of want to make sure you end differently from how you start. All right. So with him ending like this, it adds more emotion to it. You hear it in the voice, and it's not nothing dealing with the plugin, right? This nothing with a vocal preset or nothing, right? This literally in the vocal performance. The reason why I'm breaking this down is to show you like it's really about your vocal performance, the tone of your voice, and the way you present on the songs, because both of these are the exact same, right? This clip right here has the same preset, same settings, is routed the same way as this clip right here. All right, this clip right here sounds completely different from this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. All right, vocal presentation, not a preset. So same microphone, same everything. So listen.
Ain't no such thing as relaxing without relapsing. Does someone have a pill bottle they could pass me? Damn.
All right, so we heard that.
Tell me you know how it feels to never wanna go out. Auntie. Perks to the got me scratching.
Alright, so that punch was cool. Like those punches was cool, and you see how he ended it. So now this punch right here is gonna be a little bit different because there's a little bit more punches in here, and this is more of a longer one. So pause. But like when punching in, it's gonna be completely different from everybody. So you literally can go as much as you want to go. So let's listen to this third verse and see how it goes.
If it isn't one thing, then it's definitely the other. I get so high off of Percocets, I start seeing different colors. I get so high off of lean. Everything gets slow motion to me. Everything's just how it's supposed to be. So high it's heavenly.
Alright, so like right here, like this is one flow within itself, right? It's faster right here, and it's still the same right here. And then he changed it on this part right here. Then he brings it back into the faster flow. Like, this is what I mean. Like when you play around with punching, you can play around with the speed, the tempo, how you want to deliver certain things, and it gives that emotion, that vibe. So like if you want to rap like Juice WRLD, pay attention to what he's doing. Like listen to the songs and pay attention. See if you can point the punches, because it's easy to notice when people punch in. So one more time.
If it isn't one thing, then it's definitely the other. I get so high off of Percocets, I start seeing different colors. I get so high off of lean. Everything gets slow motion to me. Everything's just how it's supposed to be. So high it's heavenly. I put love and drugs in the same box.
Alright. Let's zoom in. Let's look at these punches right here. Alright. Like a lot of people be getting their shit fucked up. Like they be like, yo, my words cutting things off. Like this is why it's so important to have 2 tracks when you punching in to line up the punches, right? See this overlaps, and that's cool, but like this goes out and this comes in. Like listen.
One thing then is definitely the other. I get so high off of Percocets, I start seeing different colors. I get so high off of lean. Everything gets slow motion to me. Everything's just how it's supposed to be. So high it's heavenly. I put love and drugs in the
same thing right here. See how he dragged out Lee off heavenly, and that just goes into this one right here, and you can tell like that's a punch. So when you're listening to his songs and you hear him, like when people drag words, even like other rappers, when they drag their words, the punch is gonna come in over that. They're not cutting off this part right here. So let me show you what happened like if you cut, like I guess let's say let's change the grid a little bit. Let's say most people, they'll be like, you know what, I gotta cut this right here. So like if you cut this right here, it's gonna mess up the melody, and you like listen. Everything's just how it's supposed to be. So high it's heavenly. I put love and drugs in. Like you hear it, like it don't really feel natural. Even if you faded it, it's not gonna sound as natural as it's supposed to be, right? Like listen. It's just how it's supposed to be. So high it's heavenly. I put love in. Like it's not gonna be the same, right? So that's important to not cut it off, right? It's basically to like let your punches come on top of that. Pause. Just as supposed to be. So high it's heavenly. I put love and drugs in the same box. Girl, you better off dodging raindrops. Alright, and you hear this? Like, listen to this right here. I put love and drugs in the same box. Girl, you better off dodging raindrops. Think you was finna get me off a straight drop. That's a cap, that's a hell no. Live my life like San Andreas. Let a nigga try to take it. We hang him like we racing. After that, we send him to Sam. Alright. And you can hear the differences in his voice when he's like rapping right here. Like this clip right here gets a little bit deeper than this clip right here. Like listen. Me off a straight drop. That's a cap, that's a hell no. Live my life like San Andreas. Let a nigga try to take it. We hang him like we racing. After that, we send him to Sam. Alright, and we see like the punches again, like they're clean punches in literally same preset, whatever you want to call it, vocal chain, same vox. It's only one vox that's getting this right here. You know what I'm saying? And then we got the beginning. So we hear the beginning, it's like this right here. They ask me how high am I say I'm higher than this. They say you could die like this. They ask me if I'm in love, I said in love like a bitch. They said I could die like this. I asked them what happened if I take 2 shots of the gin after all the perks I did. I asked them what happens if I... Alright, and we see right here, this is at 0. Like I haven't touched anything, I just switched out the beat, right? Like this clip is at 0 and this one right here is at 0.2. Like so they moved this one up like 0.2 dB just so it can be a little bit louder and kind of be more even as the others. It's not nothing like super drastic. As you can see, the faders are at 0. You know what I'm saying? Like this is so crazy, right? Because I feel like showing you like some of y'all favorite rappers, like everybody, like most of everybody that watch this channel, they look up the Juice WRLD, right? So if I could show you what he does, I think that you could kind of like stop putting so much unnecessary pressure on yourself, because this is very simple, all right? And people want to sound like Juice WRLD, but it's not like this is literally his voice. You know what I'm saying? The voice, the flow, the vocal presentation, the tone, the ability to switch like flows and stuff, like that's what makes Juice WRLD like unique, right? And then like I could play the hook because this the Talking to the Voices song, right? So you know that shit. Damn, talking to the voices again, 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 talking to the voices again. See? My conscience haunts me like a ghost in the old house. Tell me what you know about the pain. Alright, and what I'm gonna point out about this part right here is like you can hear the emotion on this part, right? This sounds a little bit different than everything else that's in here as well, because it's like you want to be able to hear the emotion, you want to be able to feel what's going on in the song, you want to be able to connect with artists. Like this part stands out to me as well, because you know it just feels like you can connect to like whatever he was feeling or going through at that time. It's me like a ghost in the old house. Tell me what you know about the pain, what you know about. And listen, the way that he said, all right, and the way, excuse me, look, in the way that he said house, right? the way he said house, it hits with the delay a certain way. Like listen to it, right?
A ghost in the old house.
So it catches the delay, so it's like that old house, right? And that delay hits on that right there. So that's cool how you said it, and it puts a little bit of emphasis on the house, right?
A ghost in the old house. Tell me what you know about the pain, what you know about. Tell me you know how it feels to never wanna go out.
And then you hear this right here, like the house, like the 100 house right here, the way he said house right here, all right? This flow is more so lined up with this one, but this right here ends with this one right here. Like you see the waveforms on how this goes, right? Like watch this, like listen.
Old house. Tell me.
Old house. Like let me turn this off. So let's break it down. So here we go.
Old house.
Old house. Now listen to this.
Go out. Go out.
Listen to it.
Old house. Go out.
All right, and right here, people will be like, yo, how do I get everything to sound the same or just similar? Listen, you see what they did? They had to raise this 0.9. This right here is 6. Again, same settings, right? Nothing else there. Ain't nothing else changed. Same settings. Same thing. It's in the vocal presentation. How he said it, it just sounds the same. The melody is still on point. You know what I'm saying? That's what, like, timing is important. All this shit is important. So it's like, when you're recording, you want to make sure you're trying to get the cleanest take as possible. Like look over here to the right, man. Like you probably thinking like, yo, what the hell? Like look at all of these takes. Like a lot of people will be like, yo, I just record real quick, I want it done, bro. This is a lot of takes. This goes up to like 144. That's 144 takes, right? Type shit, right? And look how many files are in here. All right, that's another thing that a lot of people don't really realize is like your favorite rappers and stuff, man, they take their time on certain songs, regardless of what it might look like or what you think. It's like they take time and they try to get the perfect takes for the songs because they want the song to be damn near finished before it gets mixed. And that's the secret to everything, because most everybody's recording through analog gear with like super expensive microphones. So it's like it don't really need a lot of processing that a lot of people would lead you on to believe. But I like to point out like what's really going on with the melody and the delivery. Like one more time, we're gonna listen to this one more time. Like listen.
Old house.
And read this.
Go out. Anti. Perks to the. Got me scratching.
And then you see this right here. This right here is a little bit different. That's what I'm saying. Like Juice WRLD is good at like going with the tone and switching up the tone, putting emotion into the lyrics that he's saying on the beat to make everything sound right.
Anti.
Cause empty, like if he wouldn't have said it like that, it's not gonna really hit the same. So pay attention to that. Like again, listen.
Go out. Anti. Perks to the. Got me scratching. Ain't no such thing as relaxing without relapsing. Does someone have a pill bottle they could pass me? Damn.
And then how he ended it, like you really hear the emotion. And that's another thing that I like to point out, is like emotion. Emotion matters, delivery matters. That's very important. And again, I don't know how many times I done said it before, but it's like it's no secret right here. Like it's the same shit. Like both of these punch bars right here, lines right here, the tracks right here, whatever you want to call it, like they both have the same plugins with the same exact settings. And then we go back here to the ending and it's the same shit.
Cause I get so high off a lean. Everything gets slow motion to me. Everything's just how it's supposed to be. So high it's heavenly. I put love and drugs in the same box. Girl, you better off dodging raindrops. Think you was finna get me off the straight drop. That's a cap, that's a hell no. Live my life like San Andreas. Let a nigga try to take it. We hang him like we racing. After that, we send him to Sam. Talking to the voices again.
Okay.
Talking to the voices again.
Alright.
Talking to the voices again. Talking to the voices again. Talking to the voices again.
That shit hard. That shit hard for. But yeah, like, alright. Like, it's simple. Like, the punch in, like, Juice WRLD is literally like you want to get the cleanest takes as possible. You want to make sure you're not cutting off, like, your ending. Like, look at this. This is kind of overlapping, but it goes together. Like, listen. Like, watch it. We see what it's doing and listen.
I could die like this. I asked them what happened if I take 2 shots of the G.
And it's the same thing. I'm not telling you nothing wrong. You see it for yourself right here. Like, it's literally right here. So, watch this. I'm going to go through the settings. I'm going to go through the settings now. So, here we go. Here we go. Juice WRLD settings for the Talking to Voices song. Here we go. Auto-Tune Pro. Speed 7. Alright? 7. No humanize, no vibrato, no flex tone, no nothing. 7. It's a 7. Alright? 7. Same thing. Mod delay. I know people do this from time to time. It's like it's there, but it's not really there. Alright? Alright, yeah. And then we got the AC 202, right? This is basically like Future's vocal chain for mixing type shit, because Future uses this shit as well. Yeah, that's everything that's right there on his like vocals, right? And then what we have right here on the Vox, right? Okay, they boosted up here, this right here, that right there, and they wrote off a little low end right there, right? Cool. All right, de-esser, what, 506, threshold like -23 or some shit. I mean, R compressor, 5.3 attack. You know what I'm saying? 35.1 release. -16.4 threshold. Alright. Deverb looks a lot like it looks a lot like the Mod 3 delay kinda. Alright. Flanger, this is definitely like the Future shit for real. Cause they put the flanger on people's shit too. Alright, and then we got the L1 limiter. This is a Waves plugin, and it's very simple. Threshold -2. We got the ceiling -0.1 release at a 10. It's very simple. That's everything that's on there. And then we got one last aux that this shit going through, and it's the L3, and it's right here. Alright, and that's like, this is running into this. Alright, and this right here is the print track down here. So when they bounce it out, everything is literally running here. It's no master fader in here, because a lot of people do that shit because they print the song and they just bounce the MP3. Alright, and then for the hook, it's literally the same thing as the verse. And you know what I'm saying, I do that shit from time to time, and I recommend people to do that when they're tracking anyway. But the only difference that you see right here on the second one is because we got this high-pitched voice that's pulled down to -15.5. So here we go, like watch this, like listen to what we got.
Shit.
Alright, and you want to know what gives you that little chipmunk high-pitched voice like that? Auto-Tune Pro. There's nothing else there. Ain't no secret plugins, no nothing, right? And all they did was transpose, right? Transpose. They transposed all the way up. You know what I'm saying? All the way up. All the way up. All the way up. That's all they did. And then you get that.
Shit. Talking to the voices again. 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 Again.
And like, you hear how he said again? Like, just listen how he said again at the end. That's what I'm saying. This is very creative. It's simple, but it's so complex because Juice WRLD has a unique voice, right? And it's hard to kind of replicate that if you don't really sound like him. Like, a lot of people try to emulate Juice. They try to do the flows. They try to do everything that Juice WRLD did, but they can't do it the same because it's like, it's never going to be the same. Like, you see the consistency in the recording right here. It's consistent, right? And that's what you got to try to work for. Same thing with the punches. The punches, they look like they're off, but they're more consistent than you would believe because all of the settings over here are the exact same, you know? Let's see.
My conscience haunts me like a ghost in the old house.
And then the thing is, like, he plays with like the tempo of how he delivers, right? Like, tell me, like, watch this.
My conscience haunts me like a ghost.
See, like, my conscience haunts me like. So it's slowed down, and then it hits you in the face with a faster flow, right? And that's cool. You can do that. So take notes. I'm literally giving you what you can do, like. Cause like thinking, it's like dun 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 dun. Like, think about how the flow starts, right? It's so crazy. Like, just listen, like, you know what I'm saying? Play with the tempo and the speed of the melody, how you want to do it, because you don't have to keep the same flow when you punch in. You can literally do whatever it is that you want to do.
My conscience haunts me like a ghost in the old house. Tell me what you know about the pain, what you know about. Tell me you know how it feels to never wanna go out. Anti perks to the got me scratched.
And you see how he switched up the flow again, like again. You know what I'm saying?
Never wanna go out.
Beat switch.
Anti perks
To the
got me scratching. Ain't no such thing
as relaxing.
without relapsing. Should someone have a pill bottle they could pass it? Damn.
And like the part about this right here, like listening to this shit and knowing how you died, bro, that's crazy. Like the shit is crazy because like this part, like I don't know, bro. Like it just feels like it gives like an eerie vibe to me because that's crazy, bro. But it's like, you know what I'm saying, like. The shit he was rapping was like real shit though. You know what I'm saying? Like shit was crazy.
Without relapsing. Does someone have a pill bottle they could pass me? Damn.
Alright, and let's see what we got right here. And then this how you can tell like he did a lot of takes. You literally see a lot of takes that he did. He's not literally just doing one and dones. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of takes. So you want to make sure you can get the best out of your recording session. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't always do it perfect just one time. Like, it's never really perfect just the first time. Sometimes they do it perfect the first time, but not all the time. It's like you want to make sure you get the song right. You want to get the vibes right. You want to get the emotions right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want y'all to be able to become better artists, be able to make music that connects better with y'all fans. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I want for y'all. Like for real, like you know what I'm saying? That's literally the only reason why I'm doing this video right here is because it's like I could sit there and make a lot of punching videos about like, yo, this is how they punch in, this is how you should be doing it, and people will be like, no, they don't do it like this. But now like people send me all kind of industry sessions, bro. I got like I got shit that I can show y'all, but you know what I'm saying, I'm not gonna get this shit to y'all, but I'm gonna show y'all what the fuck really going on. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't no cheat code. You know what I'm saying? Ain't even no master fader in. This is a recorded song. They probably was gonna send this shit out to get mixed or whatever like that. But like it's a recorded song. It's no master fader. It's no fucking no mastering preset in here, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? And this shit sound fucking amazing. And it's not that many plugins. It's very simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the plugins aren't like nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? They're not doing nothing crazy. It's very simple. Like it's very simple. Like, y'all overthink the music shit. It's not that hard. You know what I'm saying? But listen, this is like showing you how Juice records, how he punches. I showed you the plugin settings for the Talking to the Voices song. The beat that I used is an atrocity beat. You know what I'm saying? I was not going to play the Weezy beat in here with it. But listen, make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. It's your boy Jordxn. I'm out of here. All right, cool.